Demarcus Lawrence, he will be a Dallas Cowboy. Now, the question is, how much do you pay him? Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys 2019 free agents. This is serious. Cowboy time, baby. All right, so there's a lot of names here that you guys are going to recognize, and but there's not so many that we're going to keep. All right, so I'm going to go over our list of free agents, and we have a couple of exclusive rights free agents as well. The exclusive right free agents basically for the Cowboys means if you want them, you just say, hey, we want you back, and then that's it. That's a done deal. All right, you can also let them walk, no compensation. Somebody can sign them and that kind of thing without a compensation. All right, so we have a couple of those guys as well. So let's get right into the list. Who are the Cowboys signing back, and who's getting their walking papers? All right, so let's get into it. All right, first one right off the bat, Cole Beasley. All right, wide receiver. He's been here for quite a while. Your slot wide receiver, Cole Beasley. He's become one of the more vocal players on the team, especially there at the wide receiver position. Cole Beasley, they might give him an offer. This might be like a DeMarco Murray type situation where they're going to give him something. It's probably going to be a low ball deal, maybe in the $4 million range, 2 to 3 years kind of thing. For me, I think Beasley can find something. Not so sure how much he'll get, but he can probably get like 5 million and up. You know, there is going to be a market for him. He's shown to be a very viable piece to the offense, can catch a lot of passes. All right, the next player on the list, Damian Wilson. I think he's gone. All right, let's just put that out there. Strong side linebacker, backup guy, comes in every once in a while, passing downs. Had some off the field issues here and there, and never really developed into an impact player. All right, so he can be replaced. They're gonna let him walk. All right, the next player, David Irving, the defensive tackle. Does he love football? That's the big question, and it's too late. Time has run out on David Irving. He wasn't there for us. He let the teammates down. You know, an excuse is an excuse. All right. Are you buying excuses? That's what you got to ask yourself. There's an excuse sold to everybody every second in this world. All right. It's just a matter. Are you buying it or are you not? And for the Cowboys, I don't think they're going to buy this. They're going to let him walk. All right. Yeah, he's a beast, this and that, and all this other crap. With the Packers game, he rode the coattails of that Packers game. All right, he can be a beast, but is he a beast? I don't know. You're getting on average 4 games a season with him because of the off-field issues. He's facing another suspension coming up, so you can already count him out probably being 8 to 12 games next season. So don't waste your money, don't waste your time. He's walking. All right, the next player on this list, Demarcus Lawrence, the War Daddy. All right, so Demarcus Lawrence, he will be a Dallas Cowboy. Now the question is, how much do you pay him? Are you going to give him the franchise tag, or are you going to give him a long-term contract? I did a video here on Demarcus Lawrence on what the range that they might pay him. If you missed that, I'll have a link here at the end of the video. But Demarcus Lawrence, he will be a Dallas Cowboy. He'll be back. All right. The next player on the list, Daniel Ross, defensive tackle. He's an exclusive rights free agent. If the Cowboys want him, all they got to say is, we want you back, and he's back. All right. Do they bring him back? I'm not so sure they do bring him back. They could for depth purposes. I think he did good, but this is another area that you can improve upon. All right, especially the defensive tackle rotation. There's a lot of options out there in free agency and in the draft. So we'll see what they do with Daniel Ross. That one, flip a coin on that one. You can probably get him on the cheap, just to bring him in there as a camp body and to compete. All right, they always talk about competition. Let's see what they do there with him. All right. Jeff Swain, the tight end. Cowboys traded back into the 7th round to get him, hoping that he would develop into something. He kind of did develop into something, but then the health robbed him of playing time and reliability. All right, so your availability is one of the biggest attributes that you want as a team, and he just is never available. All right, he's one of these players that's made of glass. You're probably gonna let him walk. All right. You can get another tight end in this draft, right? At that same caliber. So you're going to save some money there. Rod Smith, Jen Smith's brother, all right? So what are they going to do here with him? I think the Cowboys want to, I think they want to churn that running back position. They want to get somebody a little bit more dynamic with different attributes, all right? Somebody that can be an impact player. Rod Smith, I really like Rod Smith, but as far as moving forward, I think they're going to let him test the market out, and I think he'll find a market. He's a good running back. He's reliable, runs hard, but I think for the Cowboys, they're wanting something a little bit different. All right, so they'll probably give Darius Jackson a look. They'll probably bring in a rookie here to compete as well. So Rod Smith, they're probably going to let him walk and hit free agency. Tavon Austin. All right. $7 million price tag. That's way too much. They're not going to bring him back. He's probably going to want that kind of money. Cowboys are going to pay that. He's not worth that money. All right. He only played spot duty here. The gimmicky jet sweep crap that never works. The quick out that never works. No matter who you put there. All right. So Tavon Austin, they made the trade. They got somebody to do to play in the return game. Now, if they want to bring him back in the return game, they can probably give him a small deal. But these return guys, you can find them. All right, you can find them in the draft. There's some in this draft. There's some players that the Cowboys have already met with that have return ability. All right, if you missed those, I'll have that link at the end of the video as well. Prospects that the Cowboys have met with already, and I'll keep that up here in the combine in a couple of weeks. You know where to come forward first. Right here at Cowboys Blog, I'll give you all that information. All right, so Tavon Austin, he's probably out of here. All right, he's probably gone. Cameron Fleming, all right, your swing tackle. Without him, you don't have a swing tackle. You're in big trouble. You got to go find somebody, or you got to draft somebody. All right, now for me, Cameron Fleming, I want to bring him back. All right, I think he gives you solid depth. He can play in a pinch. Whether it's Tyron Smith or whoever's going to be there at right tackle, if it's Lyle Collins, most likely, but maybe they do some competition there. I did a video there on some possible lineup changes, so if you missed that, go check that video out there. All right, but Cameron Fleming, I think you got to bring him back. He's got good experience. He knows this team already. Left tackle, right tackle. Give him a 1 to 2 year deal. All right, so bring him back. The other player here that we're gonna talk about, Jameez Alawali. All right, the fullback. Now, what are they gonna do with him? All right, for me, he didn't do anything. Supposedly, we brought him in here. He's gonna be a pass catcher and all this other crap. They didn't utilize him, and some of that is the scheme. Some of that is Ezekiel Elliott took a lot of those catches from him. So I think the fullback position is almost extinct here with the Dallas Cowboys. We haven't had a good one here since Tony Fiametta. All right, when he opened up a lot of holes for DeMarco Murray. Ever since that, we've had guys coming here. We've had converted linebackers. Keith, I think, was good. Keith was better than what we had here. So Alawali, he's out of here. All right. JP Laducer, or however you say it. All right. Somebody in the comments, let me know how you say that. His last name has always haunted me. It's hard for me to say. It's some kind of French name or something. I'm not so sure. Or Scandinavian, who knows what it is. But anyway, the long snapper, he is your last Bill Parcells player on the team, the very last one. All right, so he's the last of an era. Okay, but he's still getting it done. I would bring him back. We've had no complaints. This guy's been solid. A diamond in the rough. And typically these long snappers have long careers, and I think this one, he wants to come back. He's probably looking for a little bit longer than a 1 year deal. So, bring him back on a 2 year deal or something. He can still play. All right, so I'm bringing him back. Dayton Jones, all right. This guy, the defensive end, defensive tackle. Versatility is his game. Former first-round pick, UCLA from the Packers. Didn't work out there with the Packers. Cowboys, they're notorious for bringing back players of this type of caliber to see if they can resuscitate the career, all right? And I've done that with a couple of players. Dayton Jones was well on his way. beat out a lot of these players in the training camp. You know, beat out Jihad Ward, beat out a lot of these other guys. But unfortunately, he had the knee injury. So I think, you know, they wanted to get Terrell McClain, excuse me, but they missed out on Terrell McClain. He went to the sorry Atlanta Falcons. So Dayton Jones, I think, provides you with depth there. This is a player that you probably want to bring back. Bring him in the rotation. He's a good player for you. Can play the run good, and he can also get to the quarterback on the way. All right, so you protect yourself there with depth at defensive end and defensive tackle. That lets you do a little bit more in the draft. All right, so Dayton Jones, I think you want to bring him back. 1 to 2 year deal, and gives you that flexibility in the draft to go after a playmaker. You know, if you don't get your defensive tackle in the draft, you got your fallback guy. And I hate to call him a fallback guy, but I mean that's what it is. All right, that's what it'll be. All right, so bring him back. Marcus Martin, injured, didn't do anything with the team. He's out of here. All right, so offensive guard, they're gonna let him go. Justin March Lillard, they're probably gonna let him walk. You got Christian Covington here on the team. He's developing. He'll be better this season. All right, the next player, Karan Reed. I like Karan Reed in the draft. I know the Cowboys liked him during the draft process. They brought him in here. They signed him. They got to look at him. I think he did okay, but I think if you're talking between Karan Reed and Dayton Jones and Daniel Ross, I think Karan Reed probably falls there to the wayside. You know, they'll probably let him test free agency out and that kind of thing. And then the last player here, Darian Thompson, former 3rd round pick for the New York Giants. The Cowboys signed him here. He is a safety, gives you depth. He's an exclusive right free agent. So if the Cowboys want to bring him back into the mix, they can just say, we want you back. Small deal. All right, so a couple of players here that the Cowboys will definitely bring back. And a lot of these players aren't going to come back, and you're gonna backfill that with some mid-tier free agents. You know, from free agency from other teams, and you're gonna fill it with the NFL draft. The Cowboys have built this defense homegrown through the draft. The only one that hasn't been there, Antoine Wood. So that's a good look for the Cowboys. You're building this team, this roster to the draft, and you're supplementing it with mid-tier guys. So we'll talk a bit more about that on the next video. I'm gonna talk about the NFL free agents that the Cowboys may target realistically. All right, so keep an eye out on that one. That'll be my next video coming out. Be sure to like this video if you like the content. Let me know what you think. Who the Cowboys are going to bring back. You know, of these guys that we talked about, who's coming back, who's walking. All right, who do you want back? Who do you not want back? Let me know in the comments, guys. Let's talk about this. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Hit that like button. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button, share it out, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.